Ebenezer Scrooge and Donald Trump share a focus on wealth, an aversion to generosity toward the poor, and public reputations built on self-professed greed. Both have been characterized as miserly figures who prioritize personal gain over community welfare, yet their paths diverge dramatically. Dickens' Scrooge undergoes a profound moral transformation, whereas Trump maintains his stance as a triumphant businessman and politician. Below, we'll examine their similarities and key differences in personality, treatment of others, and cultural symbolism. Obsession with Ebenezer Scrooge is defined as a miserly person whose entire life revolves around accumulating and hoarding money turned to search zero. In A Christmas Carol, Dickens portrays him as a squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner whose cold within him froze his old features and who vehemently detests Christmas and goodwill toward others turned search three. Donald Trump has likewise celebrated his own greed. In 2018, he candidly admitted, "My whole life I've been greedy, greedy, greedy. I've grabbed all the money I could get. I'm so greedy," when discussing his business career, framing avarice as a badge of honor, turned One News 4. His 2017 tax overhaul was hailed by Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer as making Trump Santa to the rich, Scrooge to the poor, underscoring a policy preference for the wealthy at the expense of lower-income Americans, an attitude toward the poor. Scrooge mocks charity solicitations with his famous "bah humbug" and insists the poor should die to decrease the surplus population. Showing utter disdain for those in need, turned to search three. After his ghostly visitations, he reverses course, but only after confronting the human cost of his miserliness. Similarly, Trump's policies and rhetoric have often been criticized for neglecting vulnerable populations. Analysts describe him as a bully who glorifies greed and recklessness, arguing his administration prioritized deregulation and tax cuts over social safety nets for the poor and middle class turned five. While Scrooge's change is literal and immediate, Trump's record shows continued emphasis on wealth-enhancing measures rather than expanded aid. Public persona and vocabulary. The surname Scrooge, entered English as shorthand for any stingy person by 1899, defined simply as a miserly person, in modern dictionaries, turned to search zero. Dickens's character looms large as the archetype of selfishness. Trump has at times embraced similar labels. Critics and late-night hosts have joked that Scrooge and Trump are indistinguishable in tone and wording, even mixing their quotations for comedic effect, turn search three. Trump's own self-description, greedy, 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 parallels Scrooge's miserly image, cementing a public persona that revels in material success. Divergent transformations. Scrooge's story arc is one of redemption. After encounters with the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and yet to come, he is transformed, generous, joyous, and committed to charity, illustrating the possibility of moral rebirth through self-reflection and empty-turned search three. By contrast, Trump's narrative lacks such a turning point. Despite widespread controversies, from business bankruptcies to impeachment proceedings, he has doubled down on his approach, framing any criticism as a political attack. No widely recognized ghost-like intervention has prompted a lasting shift in his stance toward generosity or communal welfare. Cultural symbolism. Scrooge remains the quintessential literary symbol of miserliness. His name is defined in the Britannica Dictionary as a selfish and unfriendly person who is not willing to spend or give away money, turned to search six. His redemption also symbolizes the spirit of communal care. Trump, meanwhile, has been repeatedly cast in Scrooge-like terms in editorials and cartoons, most notably in commentary on his tax policies and social rhetoric, underscoring how the Scrooge archetype continues to resonate in modern political discourse. Turn, search one. Conclusion. Both Scrooge and Trump exemplify avarice, disdain for the poor, and public flaunting of greed. Yet Dickens's creation ultimately embraces transformation and compassion, whereas Trump's self-portrayal of relentless acquisitiveness remains largely unaltered. These parallels and contrasts highlight how the Scrooge archetype endures as a lens for understanding figures who place wealth above community,